Look, University of Southampton did research recently and produced 2,000 cases of near-death experience. Look, this is clinical research. This is not just airy-fairy stuff. Southampton University linked itself up with about 20 hospitals around the world where they were recording near-death experiences, and they have got case study of 2,000 near-death experiences. So it's being well researched. As far as Hinduism is concerned, we believe in reincarnation, so we say that when the body comes to an end, something continues to exist, continues to live. All your mental modes, all your desires, all your characteristics, they have a momentum of their own, and they cannot be stopped when the body is stopped. So if you like, this is a more a metaphysical aspect to your being that continues to exist. Now, you see, this is just the theory of Hindus, and as I said, sometimes I mentioned Ian Stevenson has done a tremendous amount of research, which is very proper, classic research, suggesting reincarnations for real. Now, near-death experiences are in a way a good way of getting, if you like, a glimpse that something continues to exist when the body comes to an end. So near-death experiences are, if you like, the beginning, the stepping stone into reincarnation. So the experiences of these 2,000 case studies, etc., or more, I'm sure that tens of thousands of people who are near-death experiences, is very unique because they suggest, and this Hinduism would agree with, that when the body function stops, even the brain waves stop, and there's no brain activity, there's no heart activity, and sometimes that individual is switched off for about 10 minutes. There's no activity whatsoever. He's pronounced dead, clinically dead. And yet he comes back alive after 10 minutes. And then the interesting things come out. He says he continued to exist. Not only did he exists in a more intense manner than you and me now. And that person was somehow able to access what was actually happening in the surgery, in the hospital, in the operating theater. He would recall all this information which nobody else would have had it. I mean, there's no way he could have heard it because his body was completely switched off. There's no hearing, nothing. And yet he would recall tremendous amount of information, visual as well as, and of some oral, that he has picked up. And this has been checked out. It works. It fits. Perfect fit. So a question arises for the scientists of today saying, what existed? How did it continue to exist? How did it discover this information? And the debate goes on. But there's a strong materialistic lobby that has no room for a metaphysical entity to continue to exist. So they keep challenging. And every time they challenge, they've got different ways of challenging. They say certain part of the brain in a way act in this manner, and that's why it causes the light that you see and all that. But all these challenges have been kind of put to rest because the answer is this. Anybody who has a near-death experience, look, my friend, the level at which I can experience you now is much lower than the level at which I was experiencing when I was considered to be dead. So it's not that the brain was switching off and I was just getting a flicker. There's no flicker. There's a much more dynamic experience, very vibrant experience, very proactive experience. So I don't say my brain was switching off and flickering and I was getting the weird experiences. It was fully alive, more alive than now. So this is, if you like, only the people who are near the experience can make this can insist on this. This is not a minor thing, it's something serious. And some of the material that comes out of these experiences now is very clearly showing that we are more than the material body. So when the material body comes to an end, there's something that continues to exist. And this metaphysical aspect of our being, our truth, if you like, mental mode, has a momentum of its own and it cannot be switched off. It has got desires, it's got tremendous drives, and this drives keeps it kind of whirling. The Buddhists also agree. They call it rebirth. But the thing that's whirling is mind, emotions, drives. They don't come to a halt. They require, if you like, a rebirth, a remanifestation in another body. This is something ongoing. And again, it's modern research that is now revealing there is more to us in the body.
Free e-learning course in Hinduism. To register, please visit www.hindu-academy.com.
Talks on Hinduism. Sponsored by People Care. Encouraging caring for the elderly in their own homes. For more information, please visit peoplecare.com.